this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a ragù alla bolognese sauce. What I love about a bolognese sauce is that if you make a large amount, you could use it for your lasagna. And that's going to be another video for another day. But today for lunch, what I really was craving was ragù alla bolognese, and instead of tagliatelle, I'm going to be using these beautiful pappardelle from Ragù. Ragù is an amazing pasta. If you find it in your supermarket, do buy it. Let's get started. It will take 5-6 minutes to put together, and then you just gotta put it on low heat and let it cook and do its job. But it really is a quick, easy ingredients. Very nice. I'm going to go in the order that I'll be using them. So I'm going to be using extra virgin olive oil. I've chopped up a medium onion, 2 small celery stalk, carrots, and I have some basil. You could put some rosemary, but I have fresh basil. Io sono napoletana, so I love my basilico, so that's what I'm using in my bolognese. You could change it up a little bit. There's really no rules or regulations. But let's try to stick with the bolognese people do. Definitely you need chopped meat. I have about 1.5 pounds. You could also use a beautiful chopped pork if you could get it in your market. I just have beef and I'm gonna stick with that. And then I'm going to use about 1/2 cup of white wine. I'm using a Pinot Grigio Santa Margherita. And then I'm going to use a strained tomato. I'm using a pommes today. I like it. It's thick, it's flavorful, it's delicious, and it's thin. So just really thin in the sense that it doesn't have any skin in it or seeds, but it is a very thick pulp. Okay, salt and pepper. Let's move right over to the stove and get started. I'm using a cast iron pot. It's almost 6 quarts, 5.5 quarts. I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, and now the next thing, I'm gonna put in all the vegetables. The onion, the celery, and the carrots. And what you want now is just with a wooden spoon. Remember, Italian mom's favorite weapon, one of my ultimate favorite too, is what you want to do is you want to saute your vegetable until the carrots are golden, the celery cooks down a little bit, and also what the carrot does, it adds sweetness to the sauce, and it's just so perfect. Okay, the vegetables look wonderful, so now what I'm going to do is add my meat in. Okay, you want to higher your flame, the heat under your stove, and just get this all browned up. The meat is browning beautifully. I'm going to salt it. I'm going to say about 1/2 teaspoon of salt because later we'll taste it. If it's not enough salt, we could add it. Some nice fresh cracked pepper. I'm going to put a little bit now, but also later, right before I serve it. I like the fresh aroma of the black pepper when it's just cracked. Okay. So the water is going to release a little bit, not to worry. You want that to dry up because you want the caramelization to happen at the bottom. And then when you add the wine, that just creates delicious flavor. See what I mean? That's all flavor right there. So now time to add the wine. Make sure that the flame, the heat is on high. And go ahead, stir. And let the wine evaporate. Wine is evaporated, and what I'm going to do now is add, this is 26 ounces of the strained tomatoes. Okay, so I'm just going to add it. Okay, mix in the sauce. Now, also, I'm going to fill this up with water and add the water. Maybe not all the way, just halfway. So So let's say we're adding about another 13 ounces of water, because the Bolognese sauce, even though you think it's not a quick sauce, it needs to cook, just like a Sunday sauce. It's a slow process. It really gets assembled quickly, but it needs to cook. Now, my basil, I put the leaves, the larger on the outside, the smaller in this inside. I'm gonna put about half of my basil now, the other half right before I serve it. I roll it up, and with a knife or a scissor, just chop, chop, chop. Okay, it's already come to a boil, so I'm gonna lower. I don't wanna burn my hands as I show you this. So, okay, so here it goes. Let's add the water into. Okay. And now let it come back to a boil. See how it looks loose, and it needs to evaporate, become thick, a lot of meat. It's not a lot of sauce, it's more the meat. It's gotta be a lot of meat. So now what you want to do is put your wooden spoon across, put the lid on it so the heat could escape, because you don't want it to steam. You want it to cook and to be flavorful. And that's the secret that the grandmother, my grandmother never covered the sauce. So, and that's exactly, I could hear it boiling, so I'm gonna lower it and come back in 30 minutes just to serve it, but I will cook it about an hour and a half. Let's take a look an hour in. See, it still has a lot of the water, a lot of the wetness, so it needs to reduce more. So again, lid back on, 1 spoon on the side, and let it cook. Let's take a look. It smells divine. The house smells just fabulous. This is what I love about these meals that cook a long time. It really, the beautiful aroma of the wine, the meat smells throughout the house. So we're almost ready. I put on a pot of water. I'm just gonna give it this much of salt. What is it? About maybe a teaspoon and a half, I'm gonna say, then I'll taste it later. But I also wanna go ahead and taste the Ragù alla Bolognese, make sure that a little bit more salt, okay? So I'm just add a little bit more salt and some more fresh cracked pepper. And now, since we're going to almost be ready to serve it, I'm just gonna add the basil, fresh basil right on top. See, it's nice and meaty, not a lot of sauce, and that's exactly how the Bolognese needs to be. And let me tell you, this is the best to make a lasagna. You have the layers of the lasagna pasta, the Bolognese, and you could also top it with a bechamel sauce. That's gonna be one of the next videos. Let's drop the pasta in. It's on a nice boiling boil, and I'm going to put pappardelle in. Perfect. Always read the package instruction. This says 5 minutes, so I'm gonna check it on 4 minutes. And I usually like to finish the pasta cooking when I put the sauce around it. Just that little bit of the starch from the water and the sauce, it gives it a really nice, thick, the sauce sticks around the pappardelle and it'll be delicious. Okay, these are little tricks. Even if you drain the pasta and it's watery and you put just sauce on top, believe me, you lose the taste. It does not come out to perfection, and we want perfection. Time to drain the pappardelle. Put the flame on low, okay, and I'm looking for mestolo, or known as, they would call it cupino when I was a little girl, which is mestolo in Italian, a ladle, right? Okay, let me get some of the sauce in. What you want to do is turn. You want to make sure, like I said, that with a little bit of the water, it dries up and really gets all well amalgamato. You want it all well mixed. See that? Okay. Typically, the bolognese is eaten with tagliatelle, but I like the pappardelle, and this is a very good brand. Rumo is delicious pasta. So I figure for delicious sauce, I'll use a delicious pasta. Now, let me plate it and let's go to the taste test. The pappardelle are ready. The bolognese sauce, the ragù alla bolognese è pronto. I'm going to give it a nice dusting of Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay? And then the favorite part of my videos is to taste it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this is only to taste because I'm gonna have a little bit more later. Because I know, I could tell already that it's probably delicious. I'll let you know in just a quick second. Perfect. Perfect, delicious. Please subscribe, watch my videos, make these recipes. They're part of my home. I want them to be part of your home. Enjoy, arrivederci. A presto, ho fame, I'm very hungry, I gotta eat. Bye bye, ciao, alla prossima. Wow, need to have more.